Yeah. What's good, y'all? We back, man. Back in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, so today, getting into the Giants, obviously, man, but just want to check in with everybody, man. Make sure everybody doing good, man. How's my audio? How's my visuals? How am I looking? You know what I'm saying? If anybody out there, give me some feedback, man. But we chilling here this morning, man. Looking forward to this matchup. Giants coming off a bye, taking on the Houston Texans. Now, the thing about it with the Texans is they're 1-6, Giants 6-2 coming into this game. I think it's 4.5 point favorites. So we're gonna have to see if the Giants can come out strong coming off the bye week because this is new. This is all new to Brian Dable, Mike Kafka, just working their way onto this team this year, as rookie coaches, rookie head coach, rookie coordinator. So we're gonna have to see how they respond coming off the bye week into this game. A lot of people saying that this should be a blowout win. They want to see the Giants come out here and just blow the doors off the Texans, but I'm not sure that's the case. I don't think this team is really built like that to just be going out there just, you know, whooping up on teams, so to speak. So I do think the Giants should win this game and are favored to win this game, but I don't see it being no runaway victory, so to speak. I just don't think this team is built like that. They're not explosive enough to create enough of those plays to really go out there and just, mop the floor with teams, so to speak. So, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes with the game coming up today. So just want to give a shout out to everybody, man. How's everybody doing today, man? It's quite chilly out here in the Northeast. So we're gonna see how the weather plays into the game today as well, because windy, maybe a little bit of the backlash from that hurricane coming through here. So um weather could definitely play a factor in the game today. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have to watch that, man. This is two teams, obviously, that like to run the football. Both with the Giants and the Texans, they both want to run the football. But you know, um, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I do think the key to this game, in my opinion, is going to be making sure to shut down the Texans running attack. Now the Texans aren't a great running team. They're only 30th. I think 30th in yards per game on the ground. So Damian Pierce has been lights out this year, but he's about all they got, man. Him and Cooks. So we're gonna see, man, with this team here today, if the Giants can really shut this team down and just have their way with the Texans. Now, looking at it from the Giants standpoint, I do think that this is a game where the Giants are going to have to throw the football more. Now, why would they want to throw the football more? Because the Texans are going to come out, or I should say, they should start off the game throwing the football, because I believe the Texans are going to come out here and they're going to gear up and put all their efforts into stopping Saquon Barkley. So if Saquon Barkley can get off early in the game, cool. But I do believe that the Texans are going to make the Giants beat them throwing the football, which makes sense. I mean, Giants haven't been a great team passing this year, um, mainly due to the wide receivers being trash. But we'll see. I don't think that I don't think the Giants have been really great. To be honest with you, with passing this year, probably because of wide receivers. But you got to remember too, Kenny Golladay is coming back. Kenny Golladay is coming back. By all reports that I see, Kenny Golladay should play today. Probably will play today. So we'll see if the Giants try to get him into the game more, try to get him involved in the game plan a little bit more, and see what we can do. See what we can do with KG coming off the bye week. Hopefully they're healthy. Hopefully they're ready to go, and that's what we're gonna have to see here with the Giants. Can they get this passing game going? Can they start to move the ball a little more efficiently through the air? Now, I will say that having Daniel Bellinger in this game would have probably been nice, but he's still a few weeks away from having that coming back from the eye injury. So we'll see. I do think, let's see. The Giants did activate Matt Pert off the pup, but he's not going to be playing in this game. They got a little window before they have to make a decision, whether to add him back onto the roster or not. But the Giants are getting healthy, slowly but surely, starting to get a little bit healthier, starting to get a little more guys coming back off IR. Shane Lemieux has been off the IR now, I believe. So has Matt Pert. So, and of course, last week had Nick Gates coming off the IR list. So the Giants are starting to get healthy. Like we talked about Bellinger. Now, news coming out here a few minutes ago or earlier today is that they're going to have Adoree Jackson returning punts. So a lot of Giants fans aren't feeling too happy about that because some of the older Giants fans still got memories of Jason Sehorn and the injury he suffered, which was pretty much a career-ending injury he suffered returning a kick. So not a lot of Giants fans are too happy about Adoree Jackson returning kicks, but I'm not too worried about it, man. This team has got to play as a team. They got to play with effort. They got to come together and pick up the pieces because you can't have Richie James back there muffing punts. You can't have a guy that's going to put the ball on the ground and cost your team valuable possessions, yards, just turnovers, critical turnovers and critical moments. You can't have that. So why not have a guy that you could trust back there like Adoree Jackson return the punts for you? You still got Brightwell back there with the kick returning. So I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? If he doesn't do anything else but go out there and fair catch the ball, I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what Adoree Jackson can do back there. If he can give this team a spark on the kick off and not the kickoff, but the punt return unit. So I'm not mad at you. Hey Ronnie, how you doing? I see you. Yeah, let's get this win. Let's get this win, man. Let's get this W. The Giants have got to come through this week, a critical game, because you don't want to lose no ground to the teams in your division, who all seem to be playing at a high level now. Of course, the Giants do have to take care of Isaiah. Is he playing today? Oh, you talking about the wide receiver, Isaiah Hodges. I don't know if he's active today or not. Still waiting to get the who's active and who's not active coming out here. But as far as I know, I don't think he's playing. Ronnie. Big City Blue, what's good? Big City Empire Sports. He says, did you hear that Xavier McKinney said that he takes full responsibility. That's great. That is great. Xavier McKinney, being a pro that he is, coming out taking responsibility as he should. You know what I'm saying? I came on Tuesday and defended Xavier McKinney. But I did not realize that it was built in his contract that he wasn't supposed to be on a ATV, which that's something that the NFL union, Players Association, is going to have to address, because my opinion is these guys deserve to live their life, you know what I'm saying, off the football field. But good that McKinney is stepping up. He is a captain of this team. He should take responsibility, you know what I'm saying? And that's a tribute to him to show leadership. Now, as far as on the field today, the Giants are gonna miss McKinney. Um, that's a fact. You're gonna need Julian Love to step up. You're going to need Dane Belton to step up. Um, Landon Collins, I don't think is active, which is strange, but so you're gonna need Belton and McKinney especially to step up and help fill the shoes, I should say, that Xavier McKinney was supposed to fill. Now, this safety group is going to have to concentrate mostly on shutting down the Houston Texans running attack. So that's where you're going to need Love and Belton to, and as well as taking care of Brandon Cooks, man, and not letting the Texans beat you over the top here. So that's what you're going to have to keep an eye on here to see if any big plays are made in this game over the top due to the safety play. I don't think that will happen. I think that uh, Julian Love is solid, and he lost money. Trust me. Yeah, he did lose money. He definitely did. And I think he learned. I think he learned his lesson, Ronnie. I do. I think he's going to bounce back from this, man, and all's going to be well with McKinney. I like McKinney as a player. Now, I did say that I think the Giants value Julian Love a little bit more than McKinney, just because Love can do more, I believe, on the field. But I think both McKinney and Love as a duo, as a tandem, should be here for the Giants for years to come. Tudo, what's good, Tudo, man? Appreciate you tuning in, man. Massive salute. And thanks to Big Boss NYG22, Ronnie, and Big C Blue in the chat. What's good, man? Hope everything's good. Hope all is well with you, Tudo, man. And hope you're doing well, man. You know what I'm saying, with you and your squad over there. Tudo, salute. Rodney, what's good, man? What's good, man? How you doing? What's good, bro? You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you pulling up, man. We just here to wrap, man. We just gonna talk a little bit about this game, man, and how y'all feeling about this game and how everybody feeling about this game. I'm quite confident that I do think this Giants team should take care of the Texans, but this is the NFL, and anything can happen on any given Sunday, as they say. Blue City says Joy Renan just said that the rookie Dane Belton would start at safety. Yeah, I kind of figured that, Blue City. I did kind of figure that they would give Dane Belton the start. Look, Dane Belton is a draft pick. Dane Belton was a fourth round draft pick, I believe. And so they obviously like this kid. They obviously feel high about this kid. And, a lot of people, there's some Giants fans that felt like he was drafted to replace either Love or McKinney. Now, I don't necessarily believe that. I just think that in the NFL today, you need more than two safeties. 3 safety look is huge out there in the NFL today, man, to shut down these passing attacks. And that's why you see a lot of teams running the football more this year. Scoring is down in the NFL. Rushing yards are up, because of the too high safety look and that a lot of teams are giving just to shut down some of these high-powered passing attacks. So I definitely think that that's what that's what you're seeing more so. It's not just about drafting replacing safeties, it's about adding safeties. The old adage, as they say, was you can never have enough corners. Well, now today's NFL, you can never have enough safeties because the way teams are playing, man. The NFL is transitioning. And I was talking to shout out to Big Pat Sports, man, and Coach Ed, man, and us, man. We were talking about that, man, the other night, man, how the game is slowly shifting back to the running game, the running backs, man. That's why Saquon's gonna get paid. There were talks out there that they were in contract negotiations with Barkley over the bye week because he's gonna be here, y'all. He's going to be here. Jay, what's up, Jay? I ain't seen you in a minute, man. How you doing, Jay, man? What's good with you, bro, man? I put the link in the big blue chat, man. If any of y'all want to come up and build with me, man. Just doing a little pregame, man. Not gonna be on here too long, but just wanted to give y'all a little pregame show before the game come on, man. I know everybody getting a little getting a breakfast on, you know what I'm saying, getting a little pregame routines on or whatever, man. So just here to take y'all up to round game time or maybe a little bit before that. So Blue City's corner says Giants have to take care of business today, limit turnovers, create and capitalize on turnovers. Run the ball. Let's do what we do best. Yes, I agree, Rodney. They do have to make sure that they don't have those type of back breaking mistakes like they did in the Seattle game. That's the main thing that cost the Giants that game. The Giants were not getting beat to the point to where they could not win that game. You know what I'm saying? So I do want to see them not have those killer turnovers. Don't let the Texans be a pesky team. Take care of this team, put this team away early. You know what I'm saying? If you can. Now that's going to be a big if, you know what I'm saying? Given what we've seen out of this team so far, they just love to have teams hang around or they want to make the game super, super interesting in the fourth quarter. I don't want to see that today. You had 2 weeks to prepare for this team. You should be able to come out and, you know what I'm saying, take care of this team, no problem. 3 safeties are the way to go. This is a new era. Yes, this is a new era, Ronnie, and that's what I'm saying. So you're gonna need, and this is why you see the Giants, how they were doing this year. They were bringing in Landon Collins, Tony Jefferson, because they're trying to keep the safety room stocked because you always need 3 safeties, man. Always need 3 safeties. So you definitely have to make sure you got those safeties, you know what I'm saying, to stop these passing attacks, man. You got tight ends that can run 4.4s and 4.3s and shit like that. You need safeties and corners, man, that can keep up with those dudes. The days in the era of the 3-down linebackers is no more here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? What Ronnie's saying is a good point. Safeties are the way to go, man. They're faster, they're more athletic, a lot of them are, and they can hit. You know what I'm saying? They can stop the run, man. Hey, come on, man. Rodney, what's good with you, Rodney? How you doing, bro?
Nothing much, man. What's going on, man? Glad to be on with you, man. How you doing?
Man, nothing much, man. Maintaining, man. You know what I'm saying? We just kicking it, man. Talking about Giants, man. Just want to come on here and build with people, man, the community, man. You know what I'm saying? The big blue crew, as we like to say. So what's good with you, man? What's your take on this game, man?
So, like I said in the chat, man, the main thing is limit the turnovers. Create and capitalize on those turnovers. Let's do what we do best. You know what I mean? We run the ball. Get Saquon started early. Get him going early. Get the offense going early. As long as the defense, steps up, plays good run defense, because Houston's got a really, really good running attack. That kid, Damian Pierce, is a beast running the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if we can limit him, make Davis Mills pass the ball, create, make him make mistakes, everything will, handle itself. So I'm not going to sit there and say it should be an easy win, but Giants got to take care of business today.
Definitely, man. I definitely do think that. Big Cities Empire says Bleacher Report just announced that New York Giants and Saquon Barkley are talking about signing a long-term extension. Yeah, that's what I seen earlier too. Blue City, and I definitely think that's the right move, man. I've been saying it, man. I've been saying that Saquon is more than just a running back, man. He is a captain of your team. He is the heart and soul of this squad. You know what I'm saying? He's an ascending player. He's still good. Still, I'm improving. If you look at Saquon's game, and people say, "Oh, Saquon is getting back to the old Saquon." Saquon is actually progressing, y'all. He's actually getting better. And I'm gonna tell you two main things that Saquon is got better at. A, pass protection.
Yes, he has.
He's gotten extremely better at pass protection, and that's huge for a running back, especially with the offensive line that we got and we've been dealing with over the past few years. You know what I'm saying? You need your running back not to be a liability out there because you got other liabilities out there on the old line. So you need your back to do his job, and Saquon has definitely shown improvement in that area. And the second area is just getting north and south. You know what I'm saying? Hitting the hole, taking what's given to you, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to do too much on every run, you know what I'm saying? And you see a lot of those messy runs, as they say with Saquon, those 3-4 yarders up the gut, you know what I'm saying? And he's done an excellent job at that as well this year, and just being decisive on his runs, man. You know what I'm saying? Just going, hitting the hole, and knowing what to do, man. Not trying to do too much with every run, man. I definitely think, you see a player like Saquon and he's so good, and you're like, it kind of makes you think like, oh, okay, he's kind of hit his ceiling, so to speak. But nah, man.
No, he's doing a.
Saquon's
No, go ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead. Finish anyway.
Yeah, nah, Saquon, he's got more he's definitely got more room to grow, man, for sure.
I mean, you can see the difference in his running, compared to his rookie season, in the last 2-3 seasons that, after with the injuries and stuff like that, you can see the difference. And I'm glad you hit on that where, it's all over Twitter. I've seen it on Twitter where it's like, okay, Saquon's getting back to his old form. And like you said, I think he's actually running better, even in his rookie season. As you said, he's getting to, he's taking what the defense gives him. He's not dancing around too much in the backfield. He's getting north and south really, really quick. And he's not just looking for those, big runs. He'll take the 4 or 5 yards and keep going and keep going and keep going, knocking them out. So big props to this offensive line, though. Big props to this offensive line because this running game, it was. I'm not going to sit there and say it was non-existent for the last 2-3 years, but just the way we've been running the ball and the way Saquon's been running the ball, that's the main key to today. Got to make sure that you get Saquon going early, making sure that those holes are there, and just giving this kid an opportunity just to create. And that's the main thing, giving him opportunities to create, make plays, get down the field, score early, score quickly, get ahead, and do what we got to do.
Get to a couple comments here. Michael says, "Love your take on the G-Men, man. Start listening to you on Big Pat Sports and G Nation. You bring some good balance to some conversations, great content, man. Greatly appreciate you, man, Michael, man. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Appreciate your support, man. If you don't mind me, man, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button, or at least hit the subscribe button, man. I'm on the way to 100 subscribers. I only been doing this YouTube thing for a short period of time, man, but I appreciate each and every one of you, man, for the love and support you show me. You know what I'm saying? Just being on this podcast when you got other Giants content creators that's going on, that's a bigger voice than I am right now. But we on the way up, man. We on the come up, man. So I appreciate you tuning in and subscribing and supporting the show. Tudo says, Kenny, we had an epic comeback win against Australia national team yesterday, 28-27. I got minor injuries in the hospital now, but I'll be discharged tomorrow and start training on Wednesday, man. You're a tough dude, Tudo.
For real, for real.
For real, you're a tough dude, man. I appreciate you, brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Heal up, rest up, man. I know you're gonna be back out there stronger than ever, man. You know what I'm saying? Laying those big hits out there, man. Rugby's a rough sport, man, for real. Um, Joe Renan said that Michael McFadden will be at the inside linebacker to replace Tay Crowder. Now, how you feel about this, Rodney? This this Michael McFadden thing right here that he's going to take over Tay Crowder's spot. Now, I thought he played well in Seattle, but you know, Tay Crowder's been here for a while, man. He's a veteran, man. He's been a starter for a while. How do you feel about Tay Crowder getting benched in replace of Michael McFadden?
All right. You know what? I'm going to go back a little bit to touch on something with Tay Crowder and then go into how it is this year. Now, we've watched games where you got to ask yourself the question about what the hell is Tay Crowder doing at times.
Yeah, true.
Sometimes he's missing gaps, shooting the wrong gaps. He's just, I don't see him as a 100% liability out there because he does make good plays at times. He does make good plays, but in the sense of being, what's the word I'm looking for? Just staying consistent. That's the word I'm going to say. Being consistent. That's something that we rarely see with Tay Crowder. He's not consistent. True. Now, I did like what they did by switching up Tay Crowder and Jalen Smith. I think it was the Seattle game. They switched them up, and instead of Tay being the Mike, it was Jalen Smith. Now, with Michael McFadden now, they have to be impressed with how this kid is playing to be able to sit there and literally just switch him out with Tay Crowder. Now, I'm not saying that Tay Crowder is not going to see snaps. He's going to see snaps, but his snaps are going to be very limited. Based off of this move, his snaps are going to be very, very limited. Like I said, he's not necessarily a detriment because he does make good plays at times. But if you can put someone in there like a McFadden that can be consistent with shooting the gaps in, maybe the better coverage guy, tight ends out the back, tight ends. Anybody coming out the backfield, running backs, even those short crossers in the middle of the field. If he's better than Tay Crowder in that sense, then by all means, you go and you do that. Shout out to Wink because Wink can. This man has an eye for the defense and he knows what to do. And obviously, he's seen something with Michael McFadden to give him this opportunity. So with Tay Crowder, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, he plays good at times, and then he's just not consistent. And I think that's the main thing that we're lacking right now at that linebacker position. It's a shame that Darian Beavers got hurt because he would definitely be in that position where we may not have been going out and picked up Jalen Smith. But, he would have taken over that inside linebacker, that Mike linebacker position. For right now, it's going to be real interesting to see how these linebackers play today with Michael McFadden there. Now, he may not be taking over the Mike. It might be Jalen Smith still running that Mike linebacker position. But if he's limiting, Tay Crowder for those snaps, then, like I said, obviously there's something that they've seen and want to, or even just change things up. To at least help us out with this game today.
True that. I agree, man. Kev, what's good, man? See you, Kev, man. How you doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you popping on. Ronnie says, where's Ronnie's comment? They need to rotate Tay. He missed assignments, so need to put him in on certain downs. I agree. They definitely need to be strategic about when and where to play Tay Crowder because he does have those tendencies, man. It's like he's up and down, man. He's a very inconsistent player. Sometimes he has flashes of like man, yeah, this guy can really play, man. He can really shut down the run, and then there's times where he looks lost out there a little bit. So definitely think they should explore. Look, they drafted Michael McFadden for a reason. You know, they drafted him and Darian Beavers, and they've been bringing in all these linebackers. So obviously that tells you they're not sold on Tate Crowder either. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, they wouldn't be bringing these linebackers in. You know, like Austin Calitros and Jalen Smiths and you know, drafting Beavers and McFadden. So obviously, you know, but I do think Smith and McFadden, this is what's going to tell the tale today. If the running game, because the run game did improve last week, um, a little bit with Jalen Smith, like you said, Rodney, having the duties as the Mike. Now we're gonna see if him and McFadden can make that big difference on in the run game, because the running game is where the Giants been hurting on defense. We've been getting killed in the running game. Our pass defense is like one of the upper tops in the league, but the run defense has suffered. You know what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying? That's what puts our defense, pretty much balances our defense out to where we're sort of average. But if they can really, especially, you're going to need this run defense to step up. You coming down the stretch, you got teams like the Colts, who can run the ball with Jonathan Taylor. You got Dalvin Cook and the Minnesota Vikings. You got Philly twice. You know what I'm saying? Dallas can run the football. Washington can run the football when they want to. So you got to make sure that you show up this run defense. And I think that's where a lot of these moves are coming into, where they trying to figure out which group, which combination of linebackers and D line and outside linebackers can we put together to get the best possible run defense out there, to where we're not getting, you know what I'm saying, beat up too much in the run game. Because if you can get teams in third and long with this defense, with KT, um, now hopefully I think Zimenez is coming back, and then you got
I think Aziz
obviously
is a.
Dexter. Is he out?
I don't know. I didn't see anything as far as a report. I would have to check, but maybe Aziz is back. I'm not 100% sure.
Nah, Aziz, I don't think Aziz is back. Remember, Aziz is on the IR, but
Oh yeah, yeah. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, Zimenez should be coming back. I think
Yeah.
Zimenez might be back today. You know what I'm saying? Which, because Zimenez is a better pass rusher than what's my man's name? Jahad Ward.
Yeah.
Jahad Ward's, you know what I'm saying? He's good on the run stop and the defense, but you definitely need Zimenez back there. But with Zimenez, Kayvon Thibodeau, um, Dex, and then my man Leo Williams, if you can get the Texans in third and long, it's gonna be a long day. I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be a long day with Wink and his blitzing disguises against Davis Mills. It's gonna be a long day, man. But if you allow them to pick up third and shorts and things like that, then it's going to be a long day for the Giants and that defense. So I do want to see if McFadden can make a difference in the run defense. That's only what I'm paying attention to this game, is the run defense, because I really feel like the Giants pass defense should be solid enough, man. You know, you got Adoree, you got Monroe out there. So I definitely think the pass defense is going to be solid. Running the ball, though, is where you need an upgrade with your run defense. So we'll see what McFadden. We'll see what McFadden. Um, Tuda says crowd in my position really sucks. He flashes here and there, but overall he can't tackle or stop D runs by him, allowing big yards after the catch. Two backs and receivers. Forget about him. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I think the Giants are trying to forget about him too. That's why, you know, they drafted two linebackers in the they pick him in the 5th and 6th rounds. I think they picked was it McFadden they picked first?
Is it
Rodney?
I think fourth and the sixth or fifth and the sixth?
I
One of the
think it
two.
was 5th and the 6th. They got McFadden, and I think they got Beavers in the 6th, because Beavers, a lot of people were surprised that he fell that far. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Given his talent.
Well, you hit on something
McFadden,
earlier. You know, with this defense, the run defense is our biggest liability right now. And like I said, you talked about it earlier, where this is starting to revert back to mainly a run offense now, because a lot of teams are playing that 2 high safety look, 3 high safety look, and they're not really stacking the box. Not, and even if they are, you see a lot of zone read runs,
Mm-hmm.
zone gap runs, outside zone runs. You see a lot of it, and we got gashed by it.
Yeah.
You know, in the Jacksonville game, we got gashed by that. Baltimore game, it was more or less, outside zone runs that we got hurt. So that's the main key right now. And when I watched the game with Houston and Philly, I saw a lot of A and B gap runs, zone runs, power gap runs. I seen a lot of them. And Damian Pierce was just eating a lot, eating that Philly defense alive. So
Mm-hmm.
we gotta play good run defense. Gotta play it. Make these guys one dimensional to the point where you put Davis Mills in a position to make mistakes. That's our biggest thing. So we gotta play really good run defense.
I totally agree, man. Totally agree. Blue City says Matt Pert just been activated from the pup list. Yeah, I seen that too. He won't be in this game, obviously, but there is reinforcements coming if you want to consider Pert that. But I'm interested with Pert. I'm interested to see if because Pert has talent. I mean, he's a third round draft pick. Um, he's got the size and frame to play tackle. But what I do want to see is if Bobby Johnson can unlock Matt Pert, you know what I'm saying, and make him he's not going to start, obviously, you know what I'm saying, but turn this guy into a decent offensive lineman, man, because you know what I'm saying, we seeing a lot of this new coaching staff start to salvage some of the crap that Dave Gettleman left behind, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
and you seeing guys like Zimenez, who everybody thought was a wash, step up. Bredesen, who
Not only
everybody
a
thought was a
wash, not only a
wash.
wash.
Right, you know what I'm saying? You
We didn't
see
think
him
that he was gonna
stepping
make
up.
the team, let alone.
Exactly, man. So you are seeing a lot of these guys step up, man, and it's due to the coaching. You know what I'm saying? People thought Jones was gonna get ran out of town. He stepped up. You know what I'm saying? You see guys on the defense stepping up, like I mentioned. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm looking for these remaining games to see if some of these guys that's coming back off of the injuries, you know what I'm saying, can make a difference and really step up and help this team, man, as this team, man, makes a push for the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Tommy, what's good, Tommy? Um, Tommy says the Giants will dominate the trenches the second half Super Bowl run. Jones just do the Flacco and let the defense and running game take us all the way to an epic Super Bowl run. Yeah, man. I can see that, man. I can see that, man. And one thing I did say about Daniel Jones that might be a little bit of uh unpopular opinion is the fact that I think Jones, given what I've seen out of him in his career, I think he's one of those type of quarterbacks, man, that will probably do good in the playoffs. He's probably one of like Eli. He's probably like an Eli type of quarterback. Not saying he's Eli. Let's not get it twisted, but I think he's an Eli Manning type quarterback, and where you may see the best version of this guy in the playoffs. Because and the reason I say that is because look, the 5 fourth quarter comebacks, a lot of people were talking about that his first game, the Tampa Bay game, where he had to come from behind and win the game. So this may be the type of quarterback Daniel Jones is. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? But I can agree with Tommy on that one. You know what I'm saying? If we do get into the playoffs, man, don't get cute. Just let the defense in the run game with Saquon and the defensive line, man, handle business like the Giants do. This is what we do. Facts,
Exactly.
Tommy. You know what I'm saying? Blue City says Kenny Golladay will be playing against the Houston Texans. Yes. Now, I want to touch on Kenny Golladay here for a little bit, man, because Kenny Galladay's been a hot button topic amongst the Giants fans in the community. People wondering if the Kadarius Toney trade is something that could revitalize Kenny Golladay and give him some renewed energy to get back out there and really show why the Giants paid him $72 million. Um, my thing is with Kenny Golladay is just contribute, man. Just contribute. I'm not looking for Kenny Golladay to go out there and go for $150 and 2 TDs. You know what I'm saying? Just contribute, man. Whether it's blocking, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, in the red zone, you know what I'm saying? Taking a slant for a first down. Just contribute. Don't be out there and be David Sills. Don't be out there and be Marcus Johnson. Be Kenny Golladay. Be, a guy that was a Pro Bowler in his career before. Be that guy or be some version of that guy. Don't go out here and just wet the bed, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to need this guy to contribute. You know what I'm saying? Our wide receiver core is very putrid right now. You know what I'm saying? Outside of Darius Slayton and Wan'Dale Robinson. Now what Kenny Golladay can do is take some attention off of Darius Slayton and Wan'Dale Robinson. That's what I'm looking for from Kenny Golladay. Kenny Golladay, do enough to where they got to respect you, bro, and pay attention to you so we can get those plays, those big plays from Slayton down the field. So we can get those those yak plays from Wan'Dale Robinson where he catches short passes and is able to take it and juke out people and get a first down. So let's see that from Kenny Golladay. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want Kenny Golladay to do at this point, man, because I don't think he's the same player nearly he was in Detroit. Um, Ronnie says we're going to see a lot of rotation with our defense. Wink is going to move boys around and give different looks to throw the offense off. I agree. You know what I'm saying? But what's your take, real quick, Rodney, on Kenny Golladay, man? What you think Kenny Golladay can offer coming back off the MCL sprain?
I'll give you my Kenny Galladay is an enigma. That's what he is.
Mm-hmm.
Because you honestly do not know what this guy is going to do. Is he going to go out there and put forth, 100% effort? Is he going to go out there and be lackadaisy on the field? He has been doing a good, job of blocking in the run game. I give him that. But again, he's an enigma. Now, one thing, and I hope maybe they have went back to, the film of last year and saw what Kenny Golladay did in that Saints game. They used a lot of slants.
Slants, yeah.
He was eating in that Saints game with with those slants. Let's see whether or not more so he opens it up for Slayton and Wan'Dale Robinson, because as of right now, based off of the fact that Golladay really hasn't played all season, he really hasn't produced anything all season. Maybe, just maybe, they're not going to put so much focus on Golladay. Their main focus is going to be on who? Darius Slayton, Wan'Dale Robinson, Saquon Barkley. I'll even put Jones in there as well because Jones can run. So
yeah, got to respect the running game.
Exactly. So as far as the passing game is concerned, you got to be, they have to worry about those guys. If they're putting so much attention to Saquon, to Wan'Dale, to Darius Slayton, and again, attention on DJ. They're sitting there running that spy to make sure that he doesn't take off and run. Let's just see what Kenny Golladay can do on the back end. Can he hit those slants where we can pick up 5, 6, 7 yards, consistently to where it opens up Darius Slayton and Wan'Dale Robinson on a big play. So, again, it may help, maybe Darius Slayton and the way they may be covering him and also Wan'Dale might be able to benefit KG in this game. Let's just see.
Yeah, I agree, man. And a big area that Golladay has played well actually is his blocking. Now, people might underestimate blocking from a wide receiver, and somebody pointed this out, man. I can't think of who it was, man, but might have been Jeffy or somebody, man. But that's one of the main reasons why they bought Shepard back, because Shep was such a good blocker, man. And the Giants, this coaching staff and this front office, they figured out what they got with this team. They know this team is not going to be an explosive Kansas City, Buffalo team. So why would you want wide receivers like Kadarius Tony or somebody like that that's not giving you the full effort that you need, not only from route running, but also from blocking. You know what I'm saying? So I think, and that's another reason Seals has played so many snaps. These guys are able to block on the edges. So Kenny Golladay can offer this team, you know what I'm saying, not only in the passing game, but also in the run game as well, man, and helping Saquon, you know what I'm saying, with those outside runs. I seen a couple plays when Kenny Golladay was playing that he sprung a lot of those bigger runs from Saquon, man. And if you notice, Rodney, those huge runs that Saquon was getting, they kind of tailed off a little bit since Kenny Golladay got hurt. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, you make a
Mm-hmm.
good point there, man. You make a good point.
Yeah, because the outside blocking with Marcus Johnson and Sills is not as good. You know what I'm saying? But Kenny Golladay was brought here to be a pass catcher, and he got to step it up, man. The passing game, man, and at least you know what I'm saying, get 4 or 5 catches. You know what I'm saying, so to open up, like you said, for some of these other guys. Tudo says he doesn't trust KG any day. He hasn't shown any love, respect, or efforts to the Giants organization. He's been here to rob the team financially. Only 2 catches and 20 yards in this season. Yeah, I've been really hard on Kenny Golladay too. If y'all know, if y'all been following me around a little bit,
And rightfully so. All of us has.
yeah, he's been a big disappointment, man. But hey, you this is kind of a fresh start here for you, man, coming down the stretch, man. So we'll see, man. If he goes out there and shits the bed again, hey, that's it, man. That's it. I don't want to hear no more Kenny Golladay this. Kenny Golladay talk. This the Houston damn Texans and the Detroit Lions. The next 2 games, bro. You should have at least, 10 catches for 100 yards on these 2 squads, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody on the Houston Texans defense that I'm worried about. You know what I'm saying? Well, they got a pass. Jerry Hughes is good, but Stingley's been pretty good too for him. But
And they
I'm
got
not too
Jalen Petrie back there too. He was
Petrie
a
too.
yeah.
But I'm not. These are young players. You know what I'm saying? So I'm want to see Golladay go out there, man, and do something, man. Bro, just give us something. You know what I'm saying? Give us something, man. Um, Tommy Bucks, Seattle, 21-19, 9 in the fourth quarter. Yeah, Tampa's desperate, man. They they trying to fight off the damn Falcons and the Saints for the division, man. That's a division they should be running away with. But Sean is wearing off Mr. Tom Brady, ain't it? Finally, much love. Tommy says, much love, all the Giants fan. We have an epic run ahead of us, and we all will witness a dynasty in the making. Nothing surprises business as usual. Go Giants, even though we have to beat my hometown team. Yeah. Giants should take care of business here, man. I would be not too Tommy. Yeah, Tommy's more than welcome to come up, man. If he want to, man. Put the link in the chat. Any of y'all want to pull up, man? You know what I'm saying? I just did this last Sunday, and I'm gonna try to do this every Sunday, man, just to give a Giants preview, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my favorite team. I cover all New York City area sports, but I'm a Giants fan through and through. Um, so let's kick it around here a little bit. What other than the running game from the Texans are you worried about? Like as far as their defense is concerned, because Jerry Hughes has been coming up huge um so far this season the uh for the Houston Texans. What's good, Tommy? What's good with you, bro? Thanks for pulling up.
Much love, man. Much love to everybody on the panel,
How's
all
it going,
Giants
Tony?
fans. Man, we gotta coming out the bye, man. It's gonna be a different team. We're gonna be a lot more healthy. We got a week of practice under our belt, a lot more reps. That's really what Jones needed. I mean, he was throwing the practice squad players, people he didn't have enough reps with. All the O line was moving parts. Our D line hurt, so it was a lot of injuries, a lot of new players playing. So for us to be 6-2, we really should be undefeated. But that's a different question and a different conversation. But for us to be 6-2 and looking forward to this playoff run is really all the injuries really took us apart. All the new scheme, new coaches, like we're really ahead of schedule by ahead, like all the way. We're
Mm-hmm.
definitely on the way to building a dynasty. Is Jones the dude? Is he not the dude? I mean, he got talent. He could do what he got to do, but he's still trying to get out the brainwashing of bad coaching and bad play. So it's a process, and for him to be where he at now and the team to do what it does now, it's crazy how experts talk down on it and everybody discredits it. But it's no surprise to us because we have talent, we have coaching, we have play calling, situational awareness, football awareness, and that's really what it needs and what it takes. So I think this bye really helped them put it all together, take injuries coming in, players, pieces, moving parts, teaching technique, and this game is really probably going to be a tough one because the Texans ain't going to lay down. But our game plan and our team is definitely top five. We have a top five team. The only thing we haven't dominated is just because it's practice squad players out there. It's a lot of
Yeah.
players that shouldn't even be there. Players that shouldn't even get no reps. Richie James should have never been back there after the first fumble. Against the Cowgirls, we should have ran 12, 13 personnel to stop the rush, and we would have won that game easily. But, with all the drops, all the miscues, all the poor play, defense, our run defense, just everything, the poor play we've had throughout all these weeks, to be 6-2 after this bye, I think it'll be a whole different team. It'll be a whole different routine. I think we'll definitely be more dominant. Now we can't allow the bye to get us sloppy. Hopefully that ain't what's gonna happen. I think we're gonna come out running with a point to prove. And I think that the coaching is an all-star coaching, man. We got an all-star
I
cast.
agree.
There's no way that, anybody could really have their way with our team. Our team is a team that finds ways to win no matter what we face, injuries and bad play and all that. We got a lot of rookies out there. So I mean, I don't know how people are pushing the panic button and worried, but we do have a tough stretch coming up. We got like 4 or 5 division games back to back to back to back. I don't know how that happened, but the NFL finds ways to do us wrong. But
Mm-hmm.
it'll be easy for us because we already battle tested. And I think this game right here, if we dominate in the trenches, just sit with Barkley and let him take a heavy load and allow Jones to just make a play or two, our defense is more than capable to only allowing maybe shoot 10, 14 points each game coming, for the rest of the season.
I agree, Tommy. The Texans are only averaging 16 points a game. So there is definitely a there's definitely room, you know what I'm saying, for us to really clamp down. This is going to be a defensive effort. I see this as really one of those defensive type games where the Giants just go out there and smother this offense, you know what I'm saying? And I think some of the key moves that they're making, um, first Zimenez coming back. Shout out to Ronnie, who put that in the chat. It's O'Shane Zimenez should be back playing
We
today.
missed
That
him badly.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And I never thought I'd be saying that, but
I was just
yes.
about to say that too, man. I'm like,
He was
who
our
would have
MVP.
who would have thought we would be saying that we miss O'Shane Zimenez,
He
man?
was our
Who thought?
MVP. Him and Ward, man, they really dominated.
Yeah, they held it down on the edges, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a key. And I think this McFadden starting over Tay Crowder is something to keep an eye on too. Because if McFadden can give you better in pass
Awareness.
coverage,
Yeah, he got
yeah.
more awareness. He got more awareness, and he's more decisive. He don't
Hmm.
hesitate like Crowder do. Crowder, he hesitates because he's more of a thumper downhill. See the hole. If he
Hmm.
shoots it, he shoots it. But sometimes he's really undecisive. Should I shoot the hole? Should I go back in coverage? And he ends
Yeah.
up in no man's land. That's the problem. All that
Yes,
no man's
sir.
Crowder
land.
is a
Yes,
good
sir.
blitzing linebacker. He's good when you want to come in there on those.
Downhill. That's it.
Yeah,
Just come
exactly.
downhill, man.
And Wink needs his linebackers to be able to drop back in coverage. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the disguise. If you notice, if the disguise is you see they show blitz, but then they drop back. If you got a linebacker that that can't fake that can't do that properly, man, that's that, like you said, indecisive with
Right.
whether to go or whether to drop back, then that's going to be an issue, man. You're going to have that
Man, you know
linebacker
what I
caught
hate
out
to
of
your
place a
point?
lot.
To your point, man. I hate when he does that with Thib, man. Like he needs to just let Thib just rush
Mm,
the edge, just either set the edge and hold it, or just go to the quarterback. That's it.
yeah.
That's all. But he be having Thib going out on coverage, man. I hate he do that. I ain't gonna front. I hate he
Hmm.
do that.
Yeah, facts, man. Shout out to my man, Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. If you're a basketball fan, man, go sub to my guy, Big Fan Breezy, man. Do excellent work, man, with the Brooklyn Nets, man. And he got a dope podcast called Who Run the City, where they go back and forth debating Knicks and Nets. So that's dope, man. Go check my bro out, man. But says, should I bet on the Giants with 4.5?
Absolutely.
That's dicey with the spread, man. That's
Man,
dicey.
Giants beating the spread all year long, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
So
like this: I bet the Giants on that Seattle game. That was the first game I actually bet on the Giants.
Man,
First
them
game.
two
spreads, you gotta
fumbles.
watch the
So
spreads though. The
Them
spreads are
two
tricky,
fumbles
man.
killed us,
yeah,
man.
When
Them
you when
fumbles
you
killed us against Seattle.
yes they did. Yes they
That
did.
was gave us away. That gave the game away. After that first one, I'm surprised they put James back there. I'm
right,
surprised. Like,
and he been doing that all season. Tommy been
right, he has
mobbling the
3 fumbles
ball,
already
but yeah, he just hadn't lost one. But this is the first game he actually um lost the fumble. Man, he should not be back there at all.
at all. He shouldn't be back there at all.
But they got Adoree Jackson, man. How y'all feel about Adoree Jackson
Nah,
returning
man, that's
punts?
my number one. I can't put him back there. He my number one.
I'm
Yeah, that's
glad
how
you
a lot
brought
of
that up.
fans feel, man.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was just about to say that. I'm like, with Adoree, I just don't know if I feel comfortable enough to put him back there, and he's our CB1. God forbid he gets hurt. Who are you gonna bring in? Because as of right now, Cordell Flott might be back. Thinking he was questionable with a quad, I think it's a calf injury or something like that, or quad.
Hmm.
So who are you going to put back there? God forbid, Dory Jackson gets hurt on one of these punt returns. You know, they got to figure that whole thing out there because it just doesn't make sense to me. Why would you put your cornerback one out there? Why are you not putting a receiver out there? Uh, Marcus Johnson. I mean, especially if you got Golladay coming back. Uh,
I think it's the trust factor, Rodney. I think it's the trust factor, and I think given what they seeing out of Richie James, they want somebody that back to that they know is going to make the right decision and be able to catch the damn ball. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Adoree Jackson doesn't go do nothing but go back there and fair catch every punt, cool. As long as we
Cool.
secure
there
the
you go.
football and not have these turnovers, and I think that's the whole thing with Adoree Jackson. They trust him to be able to make the right decision and secure
Just
the
fair
football.
catching. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So you know what I'm saying. If he has a little bit of return, we all have to cross our fingers and hope he doesn't get hurt or nicked up. But I think that's the main thing they want out of their punt returner is to secure the ball and not have those turnovers. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So
I'm glad they didn't get crazy and put Wandale back there. He too small for all that.
yeah, man, those smaller guys, and that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Richie James was a smaller type guy, man. The guy lost the football, man. He didn't even get touched. I'm like,
Yeah,
damn,
he
dude.
tripped up. He tripped up
Yep.
twice, but that was coaching. Coaching should have never had him out there that second time.
You're right about
Yeah,
that.
He should
yeah,
have never been
man.
out there that second time. Like I'm
Yeah,
surprised,
man.
like I
But
say, that he
the
was out
Giants
there.
are running out of options, though. It's not like they have a whole lot of options. That's why they
Me and
got
you,
Jackson
look,
back there.
us
Who else
on
you
the
gonna put?
sidelines, we ain't gonna put James back there again. After that first fumble, we telling James, hey man, if we need you on offense, we'll call your name. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right
Shout
about
out,
that.
man. Shout out to the chat, man. Got 5, 6, 7 in the chat, man. The whole stream, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Says Tuda says, what's your thoughts on today's match, brother? Um,
We gotta stop
that's
that
the
running
Tudo
game.
to your question, to Rodney. Uh, Tudo
What,
says, what's your thoughts on the match, brother?
like I said earlier, man, get Saquon, get it going early. Get the run game going early. That's the main thing right there. Everything else should play out. You know what I mean? Because one way or the other. The passing game is if the passing game is not prevalent, we have no choice but to rely on that run game. We have no choice. So you got to get it
Now I will
running
ask
early.
you this real quick, Rodney.
Hmm.
Given the blueprint that because everybody's saying, oh, Seattle put the blueprint on the Giants, yada 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 yada. Do you see the Giants coming out in this game? Well, I could see the Giants coming out in this game and throwing a deep pass first play to Slayton or Wandell, somebody like that. Slayton and Wandell got deep a couple times in that Seattle game, and you know what I'm saying, we
Jones
wasn't able to
missed some
hit that plane.
throws.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now that could be something they looking at on film and saying, okay, Dan, if you get this look right here on play number one, because they're gonna be gearing up to stop Saquon. Remember, everybody knows what the Giants are trying to do. So if I'm the Giants and Kafka, I might come out with a script of like 4 or 5 straight passes just to get them thinking like, okay, this team can actually move the ball through the air and they're not just a ground and pound team. And then you hit them with the ground game.
You know what? I kind of understand your rationale right there, and here's the reason why. When you notice how Seattle played us, there was
Mm-hmm.
always 8 in the box,
Yep.
always. Now there was a little spacing between the D linemen and the linebackers, but it was always 8 in the box. You knew what they were doing right off the bat. And even then, we couldn't do anything about it, even in the passing game, really. So your rationale, yeah. If I'm coming out that first play and I see 8 in the box,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm Kafka and I'm Jones, you know what? Depending on what the personnel you're running, I'm trying to sit there and see whether or not I could get something out in the flat, get something in the middle
I was going to
quick.
say that. Yeah. Even if it's just a little screen pass or something to Saquon, you know what I'm saying? Get
We
them out
messed up.
that box. Got to get
Yeah,
Yep.
them out the box.
we should have that last game. We should have ran more 12 and 13 personnel. We should have had more run formation, but play action. We should have hit them
Mm-hmm.
with that a little more. But Kafka, he like to switch it up. He like to do like we got Patrick Mahomes back there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
Nah.
I want to see what DJ's gonna do because man, I tell you, that Chicago game was bananas. And I want to
Mm-hmm.
see if whether or not Houston is going to game plan around keeping DJ in the pocket. I want to see it. I want to see if they're going to try to limit those bootlegs because if they don't, that's just another
Yeah.
avenue for us right there. So it's going to be real interesting to see what we do coming out if we get the ball first, or whatever the case may be. It's going to be real interesting to see how Houston stacks that box on our first possession, and
Mm-hmm.
also see what the Giants do throughout the game, the first half, and see what adjustments they make the second half.
Yeah. I think what Tommy is saying, with the 12 and 13 personnel. Yeah. But the thing about it is, to order to get teams in favorable run run sets, you gotta have the element of passing. So another thing they could do is they can hit Wandell with some of these reverses or some things like that, just to get the defense, or just hit them on a little slant, a little bubble screen or something like that. Loosen up that box, man, because you know what I'm saying. We want Saquon and Daniel Jones to have room to operate. We know what the bread and butter of our team is, which is the run game. We all get that, but guess what? Other teams in the NFL know that as well. So they're going to be keying in. Oh, look, Houston's run defense is atrocious, and they know it. So they're going to sell out to stop the run, is what I'm saying. So there's going to be opportunities for big chunk plays down the field, and we got to be able to hit those. We can't have those missed plays, those missed
Like that.
opportunities to get those chunk plays down the field, man, because that's what the Texans are going to do. They know they're a bad team. So they're going to sell out to stop Saquon. They don't want to, you know what I'm saying, be the team that the Saquon runs for 250 on us or so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Because they know they're not a good team, period. But what they're especially not good at is run defense. I think they're 30th or something like that. So you have got to understand that they know that, the Giants know that. So your game script, because they always say you script the first couple plays out, you know what I'm saying, and then you make adjustments. So my first game script, it will be heavy pass if I was Kafka. You know what I'm saying? You got Golladay back. Maybe you want to get him warmed up a little bit with some quick passes, some quick slants or something like that. Get his confidence back. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you take a deep shot to Slayton. Maybe you get a PI or something. You know what I'm saying? That changes the aspect of how defensive plays you. If they see the threat of a deep pass, if there's no threat, if you're just throwing short passes all game, they're not respecting that. They're gonna play you in the box the whole game, and it's gonna be hard for the Giants to move the football.
That's
I'm
true.
telling you right now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's true, man. With what you saying, our receivers got to catch it. So hopefully they
Mm-hmm.
ready to catch. Hopefully they ready to have a better second half of a year. I think Johnson, he stretches the field. I know he dropped a lot of passes and targets. Hopefully he's one of the guys that when he's called upon, he catches what comes his way. Hopefully he had a good week of practice and he's showing that and he's ready to come into this game and do it because his speed he demands double teams. You know what I mean? He demands
Mm-hmm.
double teams. Him and Slayton, man, their speed is crazy. That's why I know a lot of people hate it. A lot of people hate him. A lot of people say get rid of everybody. But their speed, man, they got elite speed. Slayton and Johnson got some speed, and Robinson could get open deep too. But Robinson's gonna be our slash dude, our drag guy, our slant dude, or you know, and a flat
Mm-hmm.
guy, just let him work in space. Let Robinson work in space. Let Slayton and Johnson I'd have them doing straight outs. Just do deep routes all day. Just run sprints. and if
Mm-hmm.
you and, and
What's
when they
good
look
with you, Jeffy?
and when
I'm
you
Appreciate you
good.
popping in, bro.
let them look,
Anytime.
throw it over the top when they open. What's good, Jay? And
Good, doing good, Tommy. How you
look,
doing, Rodney?
everything
Yes,
good.
what's
MYG.
good, man?
Throw it over the top when they open. You know what I mean? Like throw it over the top when they open. When you see it, because they do be open. Like you were saying last game, man. Jones he missed a lot of deep passes, man. It was some passes that he could have targeted, man. He could have seen the receiver wide open, man. Them receivers is open. But he does that. You know what I mean? Jones just does that, man. He's slowly improving. So I can't expect
Yeah.
him to be overnight.
And I think it's a confidence issue on Tommy. I think it's a confidence issue
Of course.
with it's
Not enough
part of the
reps.
scheme. Yeah, it's part of the scheme and it's part of the receivers he just don't trust.
Not
You know
enough
what I mean?
reps. They just ain't showed them that they could
But
catch it. They ain't
they
had
got
enough
it.
reps.
He's got to be able to, develop that type of chemistry with these receivers and trust the scheme and trust these guys to get open before you see it. The biggest
Yeah,
thing with Jones right now is he has to see it
right.
open before he throws in the NFL. To be a high level
You
quarterback, you
got to
got to throw
anticipate them open.
anticipation. There you
Yeah,
go,
you got to
man.
throw them open.
Let's let Jeff get in here real quick, man. I'm not gonna be on here too longer. The games are gonna come on just about 30 minutes, man. I'm excited, man. Giants, man, coming off the bye, man. Let's get this 7-2 record, man. What you thinking, Jeff, man? How you think this gonna go down today, man?
First off, shout out to you, MYG, for doing this stream. I figured I'd pop on a little bit, just show some love and respect for you, to Tommy, to Rodney, and to the entire Giants community out there. Enjoy the stream with Pat later on, too. I'll give my love and shout out to them as well. But in terms of this game today, for us, it's got to be the number one focus is we cannot allow Damian Pierce to go off. We have to make sure that we keep that guy contained and make sure that he does not have one of those big games like he did last week against Philadelphia, because one of the biggest weaknesses on our defense overall is our run defense. We are not doing a good
Mm-hmm.
job in terms of our gap
The
discipline on
linebacker.
the outside. we're not doing a good job in terms of our run defense in the middle of the field. Maybe that has to do with Leonard Williams not 100% healthy now. You figure pretty much coming off the bye now, he's a little bit more healthy than he was before. So I think our run defense will steadily improve, even though our depth is a big question at that defensive tackle position because of the fact we only have 3 guys that are probably consistently the only defensive tackles on that roster after we lost Nick Williams
Nick
on the
Williams
bye
is
week.
out. I was gonna say,
Yeah, he's out for the season with that torn bicep. So we're lacking a little bit right now in terms of our depth there. But we got to stop Dameon Pierce. Just make sure we don't allow any of their players to go into the middle of the field because I think the middle of our defense could be a little vulnerable because you're talking
Let me
about
ask you
a player
about that
like
real
Xavier
quick,
McKinney.
Jeff.
Go ahead.
What's your thoughts on them starting McFadden over Ted Crowder? Do you think that possibly that's what they looking at real quick in practice? By making a move to go with McFadden, maybe you think they trying to show up that run defense a little bit?
I think it has to do with them trying to not only shore up the run defense, but also I think it has a lot to do with the fact that McFadden might be a little bit better in terms of a coverage linebacker.
Coverage.
I don't think he's all the way there, but I think overall he's probably a better option if you want to send him out there in coverage against the tight end instead of what you had before. So I'm really thinking that might be a reason why instead McFadden is getting the start over Crowder, which I think is overdue. I think Crowder, he's a nice player. But overall, I think he's just better off as a situational linebacker that you can put in on certain downs. He's a blitzer, exactly.
But the McKinney
he's a better
though.
blitzer, and that's right. And Tommy, I'm glad you brought that up because how is Dane Belton going to look now that he's more of a consistent safety out there? Because teams are going to be looking to target him in the middle of the field because I think Love is going to be more of that box safety now. And I think Belton is going to be more of the deep safety instead of McKinney. So you think teams are going to go out there and start targeting the rookie in the middle of the field because Adore has been playing pretty well on the one side. And obviously Moreau has been playing solid on the other side. Now you're talking about 2 rookies in the middle of our defense and Darnay Holmes, who has not been great at slot. So I think a lot of teams are going to be targeting us in the screen game as well as the middle of the field because I think that's the weakest part of our defense right now is the middle of our defense. So I would not be surprised if you see Brandon Cooks playing a lot in the slot. Maybe they try to have O.J. Howard running some of those slots in the middle of the field, some of those routes, trying to take advantage of our young safety. So I think that's the biggest issue on our defense. And on offense, I don't know how you guys feel, but if I would rather have a tight end slide over to the right side if Tyree Phillips struggles a lot. And Matt Parrott is active. So if Phillips struggles, I'm just telling you, do not be shocked.
Is he active or is he just off pup?
No, he's active. He was not on the pup. He was not on the pup list. They activated him yesterday.
I thought. See, that's what I thought. I thought
Sills is Pert is active for this game. He was not placed on the inactive list. So
that's a telltale sign. Yeah.
If Phillips struggles, I would not be shocked if Matt Parrott is playing right tackle. Because I think that I don't know if I trust Phillips in this game at right tackle. I would not be
Matt
shocked.
Pert?
I trust him a little more than Phillips. Parrott has experience at least playing at right tackle, so I trust him a little bit more than I do Tyree Phillips, who's a little bit more of a journeyman.
You might see something out of Matt Pert. Bobby Johnson might have got into his head a little bit.
Yeah, Tommy, I agree with you on that. I don't know.
Phillips has been balling.
Yeah. Phillips struggled a lot that last game. He was not that good.
But it wasn't his fault. It was the way they schemed it. We didn't play call to help it. You see what I mean? Like we didn't do the necessary adjustments to help him on that edge. But he ain't the reason why we lost the game. The reason why we lost the game was because of James' 2 fumbles. That's what I'm saying. Phillips has been real solid for us. Somebody like you say, a journeyman, and he's been on different schemes, different teams. He's really filled in pretty good, man. As good as could be. I don't know if I trust Perk coming off of.
I don't know if I trust either one of those guys.
Not being active.
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with Tommy on this one, Jeff.
He ain't been active in a while.
I'd probably lean towards Phillips in this game. Maybe you get Matt Pert ready for the next game.
Give him a couple reps, maybe.
Well, this is going to be a test. You're going to be going against Jerry Hughes most likely because they know Thomas is going to be sturdy at the left tackle position. So they're going to put their best pass rusher against Tyree Phillips on the right side. So there's a chance right now to Phillips be able to go out there and play well. But I would not be shocked too if they send a tight end to help out block on that right side, to at least give Daniel Jones a little bit more of a clean pocket to operate with. So
I agree with that,
can
Jeff.
he do the job? Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
can't
absolutely
leave
think
him on the
he can do
island
it.
though. Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree with you there.
No,
Jeffrey.
you can't leave. Not against Jerry Hughes. Jerry Hughes has been playing really well, so
he
you got to
beat
have some help.
the cat from Philly twice.
Mailata, who's one of the better left tackles in football. So you're going to have to
playing
set
well.
some help.
Got 8 sacks on the season, but he ain't getting none against Andrew Thomas, the best left tackle in football. So
they're going to have to. Thomas will stonewall his ass.
They're going to have to put
also,
him on Phillips.
Do not get cute, Kafka. Run the damn football. This team is not good against stopping the run, the Texans. Run the friggin' football.
See, I disagree there a little bit.
Barkley.
And this is
Barkley.
This is my take. Why I disagree there a little bit. Because in the beginning of the game, they're going to sell out to stop the run. They know they can't. They know they can't run stop. You're going to see the same script like you seen with Carolina and Seattle. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody was saying that about Seattle. Oh, the run defense sucks. Run defense sucks. Guess what? They held us pretty much in check. You know why? Because they schemed it that way. They went into the game saying, okay, we're not going to let you beat us running the football. You're going to have to throw the football. And when you got a team in that's going to have a game plan like that, you should establish your pass game somewhat in the first quarter. Then hit them with the ground game. Then those lanes will be opened up for Saquon because you're going to get the defense to back up out that box a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to sell out to stop the run because they know they're no good. So they're going to sell out to stop the run. Facts. So in the beginning of the game, you're not going to have too many lanes to run in, and you're going to be in those third and longs. You know what I'm saying? And your team's going to get off to a sluggish start. I want to see this team come out here and pass the ball a little bit in the first quarter and then get to your ground game. You know what I'm saying? Go up 7-0. Then hit them with the ground game. Go up 10-7 or 10-3. Then milk the clock with the ground game. But establish that pass game somewhat. Don't wait till the fourth quarter and then decide we want to pass the football.
I'm with the first down pass. I'm with the first down play action pass. I'm with that. First down play action pass.
Fuck it, go to Kenny Golladay. Kenny Galladay's going to be active right now. We know if you want to go with the play action pass to start, you know Golladay and the way he's been talking lately that he wants to try to make a difference on this team. And what's the one thing you want with Golladay? Get that guy his confidence. What you do, you get him the football.
He's a great blocker though, man.
Exactly, he is.
That's why Barkley hasn't been having the big old runs because Shep and KG ain't been out there blocking for him.
Yeah.
So they ain't been out there blocking for him. That's why he hasn't had, a productive running game like we had those first couple games.
Yeah.
That's what I said earlier. I said if you notice, Jeff, that Saquon's the big runs haven't been there since Golladay been hurt.
Yeah, he's a blocker, man.
And Shep.
You pointed that out with Shepard, man. I said that earlier. You know what I'm saying? That one of the reasons they signed Shep back, not only for his leadership, man, but because he's an excellent blocking wide receiver. Yeah. And they knew that their scheme was going to be run heavy based.
He's a good receiver, man. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know.
He just can't stay healthy.
Maybe health, maybe being disappointed from coming to an organization that sold you a dream because, Joe Judge sold everybody dreams. So it's like maybe that's why. Maybe that's what it was.
He just needs his confidence. I think the dude is just so shaken with the fact that he's just been underperforming. He's been banged up. That game against the Cowboys really shook him up.
Big. Yeah, he's expected to show up big, and he hasn't showed up. And it's probably a lot of pressure, like you say, because it's different from Detroit.
Yeah, he just needs his confidence.
Well, it's like I told Kitty on NYG earlier. Maybe this game is where he kind of, shows out because they're going to be scheming against Saquon, DJ, Wandale, and Darius Slayton. If they're focused on those guys, that might be able to open up a little bit for Kenny Golladay, And as I said, if you watch that Saints game last year, he was killing them on the slants. He was killing them on slant plays.
Man. He's a good football player.
He's better than David Sills and Marcus Johnson, and
that's better than a lot of.
Anybody, we could be better than David Sills and Marcus Johnson.
You know what I mean? So, but I want Kenny Golladay to play like that.
he doesn't fit this scheme because he's not a fast player. He's not
No.
fast.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's the
So it
reason why
doesn't
I
fit the
said
scheme.
you're right, and that's the reason why I said, if they're focused on Wandale and Darius Slayton out there, that might open up for KG.
Oh, if I'm a
It
quarterback,
might
I'm
open it
definitely
up.
looking for KG. Yeah, if I'm a QB
Mm-hmm.
back there, I'm definitely looking for
You could
KG
send
and
him
probably
on
one of
some of
my
those
first
crossing
reads.
routes in the middle of the field.
That's
You know what I'm
right. Why aren't
saying?
we trying that more? That's what Golladay had the most success with. Is he was able to
Slants.
go over the
Yeah.
middle of the field, use his
Mm-hmm.
6'4" body to
Yeah,
body up
slants.
against smaller cornerbacks, and you can pick up those big, like those 7-8 yard catches.
Yeah.
It's going to give you second and
Turn him into
short.
a possession receiver. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
There you
That's how you
go.
He
utilize
has
him.
juice. The guy got
Right.
juice, man. I mean, he was giving effort when he was blocking. That's why I
He
didn't understand
was.
what all the bullshit was about. Because he was giving effort when he was blocking and he was out on the field. He might have not had a lot of catches or a bunch of targets, or he might have dropped a pass or whatever, but he
Yeah.
was blocking. The guy was
Yeah.
blocking.
I agree with you there, Tommy. And that's why I had to fall back on KJ a little bit, man, because I'm like, yo, it ain't the brother's effort. He's giving effort because I'm looking at the film like, yo, dude's
Yeah, he
blocking. I
blocking.
mean,
He's
you know,
giving effort. I was
but
wrong
he
about
just
that.
he just ain't have the juice, like you
Yeah.
said. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
So
He hasn't been
hopefully
fully healthy.
this break, you know what I'm saying,
He's
will
had a nice one.
re-energize him and give him back that juice, that
I just
swag he
wonder
was
about
missing.
that. I wonder about that hip injury that he suffered in Detroit before he got signed by the Giants. If that zapped out some of that extra explosiveness that he had when he had a couple of those back-to-back 1,000 years, if that really just took a toll on his body because he is an older receiver and a bigger receiver too, and they tend to break down a little bit sooner than some of these smaller receivers do. So you have to wonder if all the hitting that he's taken over the past couple of years, especially that hip injury, might have zapped away some of that explosiveness that he had, that second gear that he needs to be able to take the top off the defenses at times and be able to have that second gear to get over the middle and create some of that little separation that he had. Because he could create a little separation. He's obviously not going to be a guy
It doesn't
that can
matter
go
if he
out there.
does have separation because his wingspan, his catch radius,
Yeah, but
he
that
could.
could help out even if you create a little bit of separation because you could use that wingspan a little bit more to
But
your
it's
advantage
like
And
you
too.
were
and the,
saying earlier, or everybody was saying, they don't have the chemistry just yet. They don't have
exactly.
the trust. I think it's just reps, man. Like with
Because he's
Marcus
got to be able
Johnson,
to put
with
the
Seals, all
he's
them,
got
it's
to
just
be
not
able to
enough
put the
reps.
ball right in the right spot. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? For
Just give
KG.
him the ball, even anywhere near his vicinity.
But the
Just
thing
get him the
about it
ball and give
is
him
with that,
confidence.
fellas, is if you playing wide receiver, you want that ball in a certain spot, especially if you're a
Mm-hmm.
guy like Golladay. And I think
Mm-hmm.
because when I watched him, more particularly last year, we ain't really seen Golladay on the field this year, but last year it seemed like the ball was too high or Kenny Golladay hadn't had his head turned around. I'm not saying it was Jones' fault or Galladay's fault. It's just you could tell the chemistry wasn't there because they
Just
wasn't on the
last
same
year, just
page
jacked
as
up,
reps.
man.
And I
Yeah,
don't know how many reps it's going to take, or maybe it's a new scheme now. Maybe they can
new scheme
figure
is
out
easier. The
other
new scheme
ways
is
to get the
easier.
football to him. But yeah, man, I'm with it, man. Get this guy the football. Let's see if he can give us something, man. Because we didn't trade for a wide receiver. You know what I'm
Business
saying?
wise,
And
we got to get him going so we could build up his trade value or something, man.
Get him the ball early. Get him the ball early in this game. Get his confidence up. Establish him as a guy that can be a threat on
hit
the
him with a little
outside.
wide
It's going to help
receiver
out your
screen
running
or
back.
something. Some easy
Exactly.
pass.
Or
Just
hell,
It's
give
even
him
for
a
take a
he.
deep
catch.
shot. Take a deep shot. Let him take advantage of his 6'4" frame
Maybe he
against
gets
some
a
of these small
PI or something.
corners.
Right.
Exactly. Draw pass interference. So that's a big thing to do. Get this guy's confidence up because I think that's one of the biggest things with him. His confidence hasn't been all there too because of all the noise he's heard. He can't play
Mm-hmm.
anymore. He can't get the job done. If this guy actually gets the chance to go out there and you get him the ball a little bit more and get his confidence up, Golladay could be a completely different player, especially when you're on a winning team right now and the culture that the Giants have started up with this franchise this year. Oh, they're showing a special right now on Jackson and Love on CBS.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna close out here. I know the game's about to come on. I know everybody's trying to watch the game. Get y'all's little pregame here, man. And this is what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna give y'all one of these shows, man. I'm trying to pick a good time to do it because I know a lot of other live streamers are pulling up, but
It's a good time you
that
did it this time. Good
Never
Yeah, it was
turnovers.
actually good. I was able to
Yeah.
hop on for a little bit before I do my live stream for the game in a little bit, and after doing the morning show with the Hardcore Sports Network guys. So I just had to come out here and show my love to all you guys because of the work that you all do.
Appreciate y'all, man. But we're gonna swing it around, man. Give me your thoughts, your final thoughts on the game, man, and what you think the score and what your prediction is. We'll start off with Tommy, go to Jeff, then go to you, Rodney.
I give it 24-16 Giants.
All right, I like it.
Heavy dose of Saquon.
Okay, what you got for us, Jeff?
I think we're actually going to get over the 30. I think this is going to be that game that we're finally going to see this offense show out because it's coming. And I think that Galladay's got something to prove. I think he's going to get a touchdown in this game. And I think we're going to win this. You know what? 35-21.
Ooh, okay.
I like
High
that
scoring affair.
I like that optimism there, Jeff.
Thank you.
Me, as I said early in the stream, I'm gonna keep saying it. Run, run, run. Establish the run early. Establish it often. Get Saquon the ball, and let's see what we can do. Deep run defense. Make sure we stop Dameon Pierce. Make Houston one-dimensional. So as far as my score, I got it 27-28 to 14. Giants. Not exactly 30, but close to it.
Yeah, I'm right there with y'all, man. I think this team, I'm not gonna say 30. I gotta see 30 before I say 30. It's been a long time since I seen 30 points from the New York Giants.
Yeah.
But it don't matter. I don't care. 28-10, man. I think they put their foot down, man. They put their foot on the Texans' throat this game, man. And hey, man, you got to be the bad team in your building. You know what I'm saying? Coming off a bye week. You know what I'm saying? With the coaching staff you got, these guys should be prepared. They should be ready to go. And they should be ready to, you know what I'm saying, whoop some Texans' ass, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to see this team go out there, man, establish themselves. You know what I'm saying? Get your players involved. Get Darius Slayton some deep shots. You know what I'm saying? Get Kenny Golladay involved in the passing game. You know you're gonna get Saquon involved, and let DJ do what DJ does, man. And that play action, that RPO, man. Run that shit, run that shit, run that shit.
That's right.
Yeah, we got
So-
dominated in the trenches, man. We definitely got dominated in the trenches. I think that's going to be our thing moving forward. We're going to dominate, man, all the way through the playoffs. I think Super Bowl. He just got to be a Flacco. Become a Flacco. Let the running game and the defense take it.
Mm-hmm.
Unlock of the week, I think Joshua Zudu is going to have a really good game at left guard. I think he's going to start establish himself, especially in the run game. So I think Zudu is going to really show it out on that left side next to Thomas.
That's key. That's
He
key.
been,
Zudu.
he been getting better rep by
He's
rep.
been getting better.
Yeah.
He's been
And
getting
that
better,
running
man.
game, the way he gets to the second level when he pulls, oh man, it's crazy.
Yeah, he's good. He's good with those pull blocks on the left side. He does an excellent job with that.
He gets to the second level fast and in a hurry.
Appreciate you too, though, man. Appreciate everyone in the chat. Massive thanks and respects. Great live show. God bless, man. Ronnie says 31-24 in New York. So she's with the over 30 points like Jeff, man. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, Miss
And I will
Ronnie.
be definitely shouting both of you guys out if the Giants score over 30 points this game, because I have not seen that in I can't even remember the last game, man. Maybe that's a good trivia question, man. So
I think it's like middle of 2020 we last scored 30 plus points.
Yeah,
Oh,
was it?
last
No,
year.
it wasn't
Saints
under
game.
Shermer. It wasn't
the
under
Saints game.
Judge.
That's
No,
No,
fly.
I think it
Saints
was
game.
under Judge. I think it was that first year under Judge we had over
You
30
sure?
points once.
No,
Yeah.
it's the Saints game.
Nah, They never
It was the
scored
Saints
over
game.
30 with Garrett. It was
No, we
it had to
didn't.
be
We didn't
19.
score. We didn't score 30 against the Saints. We came up a little short.
No?
And I said Washington was actually the game we came the closest to scoring 30. We missed it by like a point or two. We could have had 30 against, I believe it was the Panthers
I'm
earlier
telling
on
you,
this
it
year,
was
but we just came short of the Ravens.
It was 2019, the last time the
Wow.
Giants scored 30 in the Sherman. I'm telling
Wow.
you, they did not score 30 points at all in that Jason Garrett era
Wow.
in 2 years. So, yeah, let's that like I said, I'm definitely gonna be shouting Jeff and Ronnie out if the Giants score over 30 this
We
game.
don't need to score 30 to win, though.
Of course not. Of course
We
not.
don't
I'm
need
saying 28-10. Rodney's saying 28-14. So we know what it is, man. We know what type of
We
team we
don't
got,
need it.
and we know what
Yeah,
type of
we don't
time it
need it.
is.
That's the
It's
thing. We dominate
It
with
was
without
2020.
it.
October 11, 2020, we scored 34 points against the Dallas Cowboys.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, that was the game. What was it? Dalton started, wasn't it?
Yes, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
wait.
that's
Wasn't
right.
that the one that what was it? That was the game that Dak got hurt.
Yeah, that's right. Dak hurt his. I think he broke. Did he break his
Yeah.
That's
leg?
what it was.
He broke his
Like his
ankle.
ankle
Yeah.
popped out. Yeah.
He broke his ankle. That was the game that we beat Dallas. And he broke his ankle. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we beat Dallas twice that year.
Yeah, that was COVID. That was a COVID season.
Yeah.
Facts, man. But let's get out of here, man. Let's get to the game, man. You know what I'm saying? Got about
Yes,
10,
sir.
15 minutes, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody for popping up, man. Shout out to my chat. Shout out to Ronnie. Shout out to my main man, Tudo, man. He says it's going on a Pat show, man. I'm going to try to pop over there live, too. He can be in a hospital bed recovering, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, man. Get well, Tudo, man. You know what I'm saying? Hope, salute
better,
to you,
Tudo.
man. Salute to Tommy for popping on, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Rodney, man, for popping on with me, man, holding me down for the whole stream. Shout out to my man, Big Fan Breezy. Shout out to Big City Empire Sports. Shout out to my man, Kev, with Knicks Nation. And shout out to Michael, man. Hope if you're still out there, man, please like and share and subscribe to the channel, man. We appreciate all. And thank y'all, man. And let's go get this dub, man. Let's go get this dub, man. And you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do this thing, man. 7-2, man. Here we come, man. Here we come, man. Giants, put the NFL on notice, man. Go and smack this bum ass team, man. For real, man. Let's go, man.
Game time, baby. Game time, baby.
Game
That's
time.
right.
Woo. Let's do it, man. Till next time, y'all. Deuces.
Peace.
Adios.